Now I've been playing F1 games for longer than half the F1 community have been alive. My first being F1 2010 on PS3 back when you had this lovely lady to talk to. My latest being F1 2020 where stuff like this happens. However, if I had to pick one F1 game to play for the rest of my life, none of these 11 games would even come close to my choice. Not even the pioneer of its time, F1 2009 on the Wii would be my choice. Maybe if this video goes well I could do a video on that one day. Anyway, my choice would be F1 Championship Edition. If you played this game, you'll hopefully know why. If you haven't, I'm going to be explaining why this 14-year-old game trumps every Codemasters entry as the best F1 game. Championship Edition follows the 2006 F1 season and has all the standard features you'd expect from an F1 game. Quick race. Exactly how it sounds. Pick a driver, pick a track, race on any set distance available. Time trial. Pick a track and go as fast as you can. Grand Prix weekend. Play a full race weekend as any selected driver. World Championship mode. Play an entire season as any selected driver. Basically what F1 2015 did, but so much better. Now in modern F1 games you'll be able to play through an optional F2 season to earn your F1 seat. This means sweet FA however, as you can DNF every single race and still you can just choose the Mercedes at the end. This has been a real problem of career mode in the F1 games really since 2015. There's not been a sense of reward or accomplishment because you can just choose whatever team you want pretty much whenever you want. Back on old gen games you'd actually get contract offers from teams for good performances, and this is exactly what F1 Championship Edition does. When you start up career mode the first thing you're faced with is this. Trials for the 3 slowest teams on the grid. Each trial consists of beating a target time over 1 or multiple laps. No practice, no setup, and when I played the game for the first time, no idea how to drive. Now if you beat the target time convincingly, you'll be offered the first driver role. You'll get the number 2 teammate and your goal will be to beat him. If you beat the target time by around about a second, you'll be given the second driver role. You'll be given the number 1 driver as your teammate, as well as occasionally competing against a test driver to see who can get the quicker time. If you don't, you're more likely to lose your seat if you don't perform in the races. Now I mentioned test drivers and the answer is yes. In F1 Championship Edition you can be a test driver. If you only just beat the target time you'll be offered the test driver role. It's not very glamorous. You race at each track completing practice programs and competing against the number 2 driver for half a season. You do well enough and you'll eventually get his seat. Was the test driver role necessary? No. Is it fun? Admittedly not really. Did the developers add it just to add depth and immersion to the game? Absolutely. And what happens if you fail to meet the target time in the trials? Game over. The team says you're not good enough, fuck off. They don't word it like that, but that's basically what the email is telling you. I mentioned one of the issues with the later installments of career mode was you can just choose the quickest car immediately with an overly optimistic contract. This isn't the case here though. Throughout the entire career mode, random teams will put out adverts you can apply for. If you're too inexperienced or simply not good enough for the team, you'll be rejected quicker than Gasly from Red Bull. You won't be getting a Renault seat until at least your 3rd season without a championship, which really makes driving faster cars feel earned. There's also a risk-reward aspect added to the end of the season. If you've done well enough, you'll be offered to renew your contract with the same team, or you can end season and you'll be offered 3 new trials from different teams. If you fail those trials, you'll be sent to these 2 shit heaps. Okay, I've realised I've droned on about transfers long enough, but it's just that good. Definitely the most in-depth and rewarding of the career modes I've seen. Anyway, let's move on to the gameplay. The tracks do look pretty bland, and in some cases fucking massive, but for 2006 the cars look acceptable. The avatars, well, they look better than the aliens of 2015. The cars actually get quicker when you change the setup, and each car feels different and faster in different areas. For example, the McLaren and the Ferrari have incredible top speed, the Honda has great acceleration and handling but lacks down the straights, and the Super Aguri is shit all round. You also have manual pit stops in the form of quick time events. Screw it up and you'll regret it. Go fast and risk it, and the reward is huge. Now I've realised I've praised the game quite a bit, but obviously it's not all good. There's about 15,000 auto spin curbs, there's oil spills on track from retired cars, which if you run over while turning, yeah, that. The commentary, while a nice touch, it does get old quite quick. There's no safety car, and the penalty system is painfully inconsistent and sometimes really unjustified. I mean 6 seconds at 50 miles per hour for that? Seriously game? But you know what makes up for all of these nitpicks? The damage model. If you think simulation damage is ruthless, get ready for a world of hate. Front wings, rear wings, wheels, punches, nose cones. Like Schumacher's records, they'll all eventually go when playing this game. Now you may be thinking, that's okay, I'll just use flashbacks. Nope, not in this game. You accept your fate or you quit and go back to the last time you saved. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you do actually have to manually save in career mode. There's no autosave feature, so If you forget to save, and then you wanna retry a race, you'll be going back to round 1. Going back to my first point in this video, because of this feature, or should I say lack of one, when you get a good result or a championship, you really feel like you've earned it. While it may be strict, it never feels unfair or unjustified. If you hit someone or lose a wheel, you feel like you should have lost a wheel. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have any PSN trophies, but the game does reward you for doing well. On top of the minor detail of previous winners being updated as you progress through your career mode, in the extras menu is the trophy room. Whenever you get your first win at a track, the trophy will be kept here, as well as the drivers and constructors trophy. The trophy room also stores a range of classic cars which will be uncovered when you complete secret tasks in the game, ranging from starting up your career mode to beating times in time trial. You may be thinking these are just for show, but no, 7 years prior to F1 2013 you're able to drive classic cars in time trial. Nothing much, but a nice incentive for players to explore the game. If you fancy a real challenge, try going for a gold time at every track. Some are a lot easier than others, which unfortunately is a common trait for this game. There's not a lot of consistency of track times, particularly noticeable at Imola and Spain. You could be taking top 10s at Canada with ease, and then you could be right down at the bottom for Imola. Regardless, if you're able to achieve gold at every track, in the trophy room you'll be able to race around the Jerez track. Again, it's not much, but it's a great hidden Easter egg for those who really explore the game, and shows the amount of effort the developers were willing to put in. They made a whole track purely to have it as a hidden Easter egg that 90% of the players probably didn't even know about. On top of hidden Easter eggs, they have an in-depth stat page that works perfectly unlike F1 2018, a lap records page which works better than 2020, information about each game mode which I'm going to blur out because that's what I'm doing in this video, a learning centre covering everything from the format and the rules of F1 to car setups and how to race, an A to Z glossary, yep you heard that right, this game has a fucking glossary, custom grids, engine blowouts, online oh shit never mind, formation laps, rolling starts, podium celebrations, changing weather conditions, driving age just as in depth as F1 2020, this random rubber duck in the trophy room, and if you're still bored, you can just watch AI cars race around a track. Thanks for watching this review of F1 Championship Edition. This took fucking ages to make, but I really enjoyed it and I hope you guys enjoyed the final product. If you did, please subscribe and like and comment and share and whatever other stuff you do now. I've been off YouTube for a bit, so there might be just some new stuff, I have no idea. Let me know if you think I should do more of these types of videos in the future, and if so, what game I should look at next, because this has been really fun to make, and I'm trying to change up the style of content on my channel. Anyway, this script is over 1600 words already, so I'll see you in my next video.